I thought it was light, because that is such a danger. It's undermining our entire democratic process.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what else, though, is very dangerous in terms of undermining our process. Prosecutors overreaching and losing. Okay, you certainly don't want the message sent that the government put these guys up on trial and they were acquitted. So they were very prudent in the charges that they brought against each of those defendants.
Well, here you're not talking being prudent at all.
But with the Whitmer thing, no. But also, it's not going to turn out to be probation or 3 months in prison here. These two guys are going to prison for a long, long time. Kirstie Alley has passed away at the age of 71. She was recently diagnosed with cancer. Maybe best known for her role as Rebecca Howe on Cheers, replacing, Shelley Long as Diane. Let's see a second there. But also was in a lot of other things. Look Who's Talking. They crawl up and stick a needle in your neck and blow up on you. Documentary. And Tom Selleck is trying to stop Gene Simmons from his evil plot. It is a great movie.
Yeah, it sounds it.
I need to see this.
It sounds terrific.
The guy with Jurassic Park and the Andromeda and all that stuff, man. And she's in there as unfortunately, a hapless victim and target of Mr. Gene Simmons.
You know what I think is cool about Kirstie Alley is not only was she just stunning on the outside, for me, she was beautiful all through her life. But all these people this morning, John Travolta saying that it was one of his most special friendships, and all these people that she worked with.
They're both devout Scientologists,
right,
too, so they believe much the same thing.
Right, but I even think all that aside, people who weren't are talking about what an incredible friend she was. And that's not something you hear about people a lot, about being a friend. Over and over and over, people are using that word about her, and I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and that is. All right, we'll come back. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Some elected officials in Riverside County could be making more money.
The Board of Supervisors will consider whether to okay salary increases for the sheriff, district attorney, auditor, controller, assessor, clerk, recorder, and treasurer, tax collector. If the raises get the thumbs up today, the sheriff and DA could be making more than their counterparts in 4 neighboring counties. The Department of Human Resources says the proposed hikes are intended to bring the officials' salaries up to levels that make sure they are not making less than some of their subordinates. If the raises are approved, they would take effect January 12th. Deborah Mark, KFI News.
Orange County's invested more than $50 million in a new screening program for breast, cervical, colon, and certain lung cancers. CalOptima Chief Medical Officer Richard Pitts says no one should die from these cancers, except for in rare cases.
Let's just get the dialogue changed and create a new health ethos for Orange County.
Jury selection underway for the Canadian rapper known as Tory Lanez, accused of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Remember that? I think he shot her in the foot.
Yep.
And then Megan Thee Stallion didn't want to really say anything right away because she was concerned about police violence and that, which is really interesting to me. And I'm not ragging on her, but a guy shoots you in the foot, and your concern is, if I call the cops right now, they might show up and end up killing him. Because that's, in her opinion, what cops do, and so she didn't really help out right away. But then she did later.
Now, when you said remember this, was this one 35 or 36 that we've reported in the last couple of months? Rappers shooting each other.
Well, this was back in July of 2020.
Oh yeah,
incident.
That was a while ago. That was several dozen.
But I mean, this was notable because
police
people were famous to some degree. Although, let's be honest, Megan Thee Stallion is way more famous than this Tory Lanez loser. I mean, gentlemen.
All right, this is going to be on True Crime everywhere. There's a serial killer known as the Torso Killer. He's already been convicted on 11 murders. Yesterday, he admitted that, I also killed 5 women on Long Island in the late 60s and 70s. He was sentenced yesterday to 25 years to life for the murders of, I think, just one of the women who was killed in 1968 after she was buying shoes. Story about this next one. A police chief in Florida who flashed her badge and asked to be let go from a traffic stop has resigned. Her name is Chief Mary O'Connor, and she was put on administrative leave after there was body cam footage from the traffic stop that showed she told the sheriff's deputy who she was, hoping you'll just let us go tonight. And then with her badge.
Okay, silly. All right, so here's the story. All right, so here's the personal involvement. Right? She tried to talk herself out of a ticket. Who does not try to talk oneself out of a ticket? That's for starters. There was a time when I tried to talk myself out of a ticket. So there I was. I'm stopped by a cop. I'm pulled over. I immediately...
Fastest runner.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, nobody compared to Trey Turner.
Yeah.
It was like you knew if that guy was on base, he was gonna come home.
How do you make any money owning a team when you're paying players $30 million a year, $27 million a year?
I think you can cover that with ticket prices.
TV rights. Yeah, I know. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Okay. Here is a sports story.
Well, kind of. Nike has cut ties with Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets. This is still... You might think, oh, he must have done something else since the tweeting about the anti-Semitic documentary and the not really apologizing about it. But no, it's just it took them this long to decide what to do. So they said, Nike's official statement is Kyrie Irving is no longer a Nike athlete. Now, Kyrie Irving's agent, who also is apparently his stepmother, said, oh, this was a mutual decision. Both parties have agreed to mutually
Totally believable, isn't it? 100% believable. You got fired from Nike.
Right, man.
Lawyer will start the 14-year sentence in which he pleaded guilty to stealing more than $12 million from clients and about $5 million in payroll taxes from his own employees. Prosecutors say Avenatti would lie about the amount of paid settlements, then spend the money on things like a private jet. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Protesters have again been kicked out of the LA City Council chamber, this time for shining mirrors in the face of Council President Paul Krikorian. Protesters have been demanding the resignations of Council members Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo over their parts in the City Council racism scandal. Neither council member has been attending meetings since October. And the LA City Council could vote to ban the sale of single-use styrofoam products. Councilman Mitch O'Farrell says styrofoam has no place in LA. Regular gas in California, $4.72. Southland weather from KFI, mostly cloudy out there. A 20% chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 50s to low 60s inland and along the coast. Overnight, those temperatures in the 40s. That sunshine returning tomorrow. The warmest day this week should be Friday. We'll have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, it is 60 degrees in Orange, 59 in Burbank, 60 in Laguna Hills, and 58 in West Covina. A crash in Brea on the 57. Coming at 57 southbound right at Yorba Linda Boulevard, crashes clearing to the right shoulder, but you're still going to see some delays from Imperial Highway. In El Monte on the 605 southbound, it's a 60. Got a tree trimming group out there, and the right lane is closed. It's going to be that way till 12:30. You're going to see delays from Ramona Boulevard. In Sherman Oaks, 405 south at Valley Vista, got a collision clearing to the shoulder. You're going to be on the brakes down to Sunset. Also in Upland on the 10 westbound. Before you get to Mountain Avenue, it looks like a sold-out big rig still blocking the right lane. And in 405 northbound at Avalon Boulevard. Got that wreck clearing to the right shoulder. You're going to see some slowing from Alameda Street. Because of your generosity, the 12th annual KFI Pastathon was the biggest ever. Together we are feeding kids in Southern California and ending the cycle of poverty. Thank you. I'm Jenny Harnett.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by that.
Between Spain and Morocco in the World Cup.
Oh, we can't do that. We're not. We got in trouble yesterday.
Oh, we did?
You did.
What did I do?
You gave us score yesterday in the World Cup.
No, I didn't. I just said Brazil.
Well, apparently somebody took that to mean that Brazil won.
Well, who didn't think Brazil was going to beat Korea?
Apparently some people wanted the tension.
Okay, well then I won't tell you.
Blowout.
I won't tell you what happened with Spain and Morocco then.
But I do know that they ended in a tie. I mean, they ended regulation in a tie.
When officers arrived, I actually do have a pretty sharp knife in my bathroom.
For what, your toenails? What do you use that for?
To cut through soap. Because I like this soap from a specific store, but it comes in big blocks, and I don't want to waste the soap, so I'll cut a little bit off. Anyway, I often think when I do have that sharp knife in there and cutting my soaps, that this will come in handy if there's an intruder and they make their way into the bathroom. I'll have this big knife in here.
Hours ago. Everything is two. You got to think of a better line. Now, he was never, this guy, when he applied to the Virginia State Police, he never disclosed that incident.
Dad, by the way, had bite marks on both of his arms from his son.
Yeah. Dad, listen, kudos to Dad for doing what he could to save his son's life. And well, and it turns out that whoever's in charge of the screening process, this should have been one of those immediate disqualifications.
Right, because there was an emergency custody order issued. That should definitely show up on the background check.
All you got to do is do a quick Googles. That's it.
All right. Coming up next, Kirstie Alley. That was kind of a shock. I mean, she's 71, but still 71 is not old these days. And who knew she was sick?
We'll talk about it when we come back, Gary, and we'll continue. continue. Layla Muhammad is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Top House and Senate leaders have bestowed Congress's highest honor on law enforcement officers who defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. The Congressional Gold Medals were presented today in a ceremony in the Capitol Rotunda. The man accused of entering a nightclub in Colorado Springs and killing 5 people and wounding others was formally charged with 305 criminal counts, including hate crimes and murder. And an oil spill has polluted more than 2.5 miles of coastline at one of Venezuela's top tourist destinations. Let's head now to a wreck in Irvine on the 55.
anything. That didn't stop. Nobody was on their way here and then heard her say that and went, you know what? She's probably right. We'll go home.
The federal grand jury investigating efforts to overturn the 2020 election has issued subpoenas to a bunch of state and county officials for their communications with Donald Trump and other figures surrounding him. Officials with the Office of the Clerk of Dane County, Wisconsin, Maricopa County, Arizona, confirmed they had received subpoenas connected to the investigation, now overseen by the special counsel Jack Smith. They want documents and communique they have with 19 people, including Trump himself.
There's a House committee. There's a House committee that Ways and Means, I believe it was, that got access to former President Trump's tax returns, and they've been looking through those. The New York Attorney General's celebration.
DA Michael Allen says the penalty for the murder charges will likely be life in prison. Defense court filings say the man accused of the shootings is non-binary and uses they/them pronouns. They have not entered a plea. Department of Justice Special Counsel Jack Smith has subpoenaed officials in Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. He wants communications involving former President Trump and efforts to try to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Smith is also overseeing the Justice Department's investigation of classified documents in Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago and parts of the investigation to the attacks on the Capitol on January 6th of 2021. And a jury in New York has found 2 Trump Organization companies guilty on all charges of tax fraud and other crimes. That verdict on 17 criminal counts was announced this afternoon in court. Power is out for a third day in Moore County, North Carolina. Police say 2 substations operated by Duke Energy were attacked with gunfire. About 35,000 customers are still affected. Moore County Sheriff Ronnie Field says he's prepared to levy harsh charges.
It could be classified as murder because what's been done here could cause the death of